has been.
That's good. Okay. That's scroll right next to me. Okay, good. Ooh. Okay. Let's leave it like that.
All right, looks good.
Okay. Basically,
Yeah, we got it.
Halal Yahweh Shimon Shai Hashem Kapadas, Rabbi Yahweh, Rabbi Yahushai.
so
Shalom.
Oz the Elder Jew Meth Radio Show.
Shalom.
Today's topic is going to be on Jacob's trouble. We get right into it. No, brother. That's not good. Let's get yours. Read all this. Get right into it. Jacob's trouble. Ever Trump wanted to do that insurrection acting. This past Sunday, as you see, if we did go to martial law, it wasn't like a big thing about it. Like when Jacob's trouble really heats up out here.
Khan. We got our scriptures here. We're going to be bringing out. The first one we're going to go to is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. We're going to start at verse 4.
Yeah.
And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah.
Khan, hold it right there. Concerning Israel and concerning Judah, that is the southern and northern kingdom. Israel and Judah. Judah represents the southern kingdom. Israel represents the northern kingdom of the 12 tribes of Israel. This is all the Israelites.
Verse 5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
Fear, trembling, not of shalom, not of peace. Fear, voice of trembling. Somebody trembling, that's fear and all that. Wow. Voice of trembling, that's panic. Terror.
Khan.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Why are all these men like pregnant women with their hands in their loins? Verse 7 is going to go into it.
Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Worst time in the history of mankind is yet to come and be in full force. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. You can give the next piece of okay. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. I will choose their delusions and bring their fears upon them. Elba Shemoshai is going to bring people's fears upon them. And that is also part of Jacob's trouble. It's going to get bad out here. There's going to be a lot of famine, death, and killing and all that. Most High Yahweh is referred to as the king of terrors in the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 14. And his son is just like him. I and my father are one, not on one entity, but same accord. I even spoke about my father's greater than I. Two separate entities, but on one accord. Me and the brothers here, two separate entities, but on one accord, preaching the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Go ahead, brother.
All right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
God, the next precept's going to bring out why. Hosea chapter 13, verse 16. So, there's been calamities before in times with Israel, but this one is going to be unlike any other. It's going to be severe and bad.
Right? This is the book of Hosea, chapter 13 and verse 16. Samaria shall become desolate, for she hath rebelled against her power. They shall fall by the sword, their infants shall be dashed into pieces, and their women with child shall be ripped up.
So, the Samaria represents the northern kingdom. So when Christopher Columbus came, this is going back in history, remember, nothing is new under the sun. Samaria shall become desolate. Christopher Columbus came with that sword, literally. Modern day sword is the gun also. They shall fall by the sword, the infant shall be dashed in pieces, little ones dashed against rocks and all that. And also Christopher Columbus and his men, they ripped open the women pregnant with child. So that happened back then. There was nothing new under the sun. Except this time, when Jacob's trouble breaks out, it's going to be worse than all that ever happened. It's going to be terrible out here. And that leads into Matthew chapter 24, verse 21, which is the red letter words of Yahushua.
Okay. For then, this is Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
The time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. Who is the he? The elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. It's going to be great tribulation. This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 14. KJV. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. The Lamb is Yahushua. So, but these are they which came out of great tribulation. That was the point. So John the Revelator saw the elect. They came out of great tribulation, referring to the time of Jacob's trouble. But the elect shall be saved out of it. Go to verse
10. Here we go. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Land of Egypt is referring to America. Modern day Egypt is in America. Let's get Revelation 11:7. What was it?
Come.
Get that, brother. Revelation 11:18. Oh, Slakia 8:8. And then their bodies shall lie.
Yes. Come.
So, America is the modern day Egypt. Egypt represents what? Slavery, bondage. And Deuteronomy 28 shall bring you back by the way of ships thereof back to Egypt. That's referring to America, the transatlantic slave trade. On them ships. Got horrible.
There we go.
God.
Okay. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, this place is spiritually called Sodom. Egypt, Sodom for the things that was going on in ancient Sodom, LGBTQ, homosexuality, so on and so forth. Sodom is for that. Egypt is for slavery. That's the thing about how we went through the transatlantic slave ship back to the way of Egypt, but the time of Jacob's trouble has never occurred, and it's going to happen soon. So that was not even Jacob's trouble then, and that was horrific slavery and all that. We got tossed to and fro like a ball, as the scriptures say, with the transatlantic slave trade. No, Edris was like, woe is me,
Yeah,
who delivered me in those days.
That's our next scripture. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Yeah, that's a good point. Who will deliver me in those days? Get that one, my elect shall eat, I'm butchering it. You know what I'm referring to. It's in Isaiah.
Yes.
Who will deliver me in those days? And the ancient world men were strong back then, like in their mind, stronger than these modern men today, these weak, effeminate modern men. So for an ancient world man to be, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, it got to be severe. El-Bashir Shah is building up his elect now with green pastures, pursuing the book of Psalm, the 23rd chapter. El-Shah is the good shepherd. The good shepherd is going to prepare his sheep for that time. And the good shepherd watches over his sheep. El-Bashir Shah will watch over his elect during those times. He You know, you feed sheep good in green pastures. They get that thick wool in their back to weather out the severe weather. If you know about like farming.
This is Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
My servants shall eat. The elect is going to eat during them times, but the 2/3 will be hungry, as well as a lot of other people. The elect will drink, but the 2/3 will be thirsty. You know, the time of Jacob's trouble, that's going to be trouble upon a lot of trouble going to come to the other nations as well. Esau's going to be out here in trouble and so on and so forth. They're going to be hungry and thirsty too.
Khan.
But ye shall be thirsty. This is something here. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. That's deep in them times. People going to be all tore up out here. This is 2nd Ezra 15 verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. In Lamentations, it talks about the book of Lamentations chapter 4 verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. It's better to be slain by the sword. Modern day sword is the gun, and got a lot of other weapons. Better to be slain by the sword, shot in the head, than die of famine. Because those that die of famine, they pine away, stricken.
They're going to wither away.
And it's a long process. Days, maybe even weeks.
Your body eats itself from the inside.
And if they last a month and a couple, oh my goodness. Cannibalism is going to arise during that time.
Yeah. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13, starting at verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
So, Jacob's trouble is going to lead up to the crescendo of Jacob's trouble, which is the nuclear destruction and nuclear missiles being fired. During that time, Yahweh is going to come back. Also, when the nuclear missiles start to fire, it's called what in the scriptures? The day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh,
Yes,
is at hand. It cometh. It's going to come soon. All this famine, all this is going to lead up into that. This is 2nd Ezra 16:18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? When these bad times, these evils shall come. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Scourges. What are scourges used for? Punishments. In the Old Testament, in the law, it talked about if a man was worthy of scourges, a certain amount of scourges, and so on and so forth. That's because he was getting punished for it. So there's going to be punishments out here. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. You're being scourged for your wickedness, and now you're not turning away from it, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
got a precept, brother.
Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 17. We're going to start at verse 26. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be also in the days of the Son of Man. They ate, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. This is verse 28. Likewise, as it was also in the days of Lot, they ate, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. 29. But on the day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even so will it be in the day of the Son of Man is revealed, the day of Yahushua, the great day of the Lord.
Yeah, let's go back. And you see the people, they're doing that now. They're eating, they're drinking, giving the marriage, and so on and so forth. And this is all going to come. These scourges is going to come. It could really come like a thief in the night. You wake up one morning, Trump has declared martial law and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
He could have did that this Sunday. And these scourges and all that when it came. And these people was like this. eating and drinking, given the marriage, and now the scourges are here. And it's going to lead up to the MOTB,
Con.
and then the MOTB, that's going to lead up to the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai coming back, and so on and so forth. It's like Ezra chapter 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. A movie, The Road, or Road, one or the other. Let's see if I can find it.
All right.
They showed that in the movie.
While the brother finds the precept, I'm going to read Revelation chapter 13.
Okay.
We're going to start at verse 16 and read 17 as well. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Now it's talking about the mark of the beast.
That's the mark of the beast. And then we are going to.
I found that movie. It's The Road. They showed that. I actually was watching it. They showed all that, people being with the family and all that. You got another precept,
Yeah,
brother?
this is the verse 8 from Isaiah chapter 13. We're going to finish that off.
Oh wait, before you do that, let me
You
get
got
this.
some? Okay.
I got this. Before we get to the day of the Lord, I want to talk about like before that, with the before the missiles. It's like Exodus 15 verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Get me Sirach 39. There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Uh-huh.
For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. In the Old Testament, it talked about, I'm going to butcher the nation's name, but it started with an A, until their iniquity is filled, like until they reach their iniquity point. There is nothing new under the sun. What hath been shall be done now. Their hurtful works are fulfilled. So, give an example. You got a vial. Once they fill up that vial with a certain amount of wickedness, it's done. It's time to do some judgments. Spirit's created for vengeance. Death is an actual spirit. Death's going to get down to
That's
do his good work.
That's that other scripture when he shall fill. We'll read that in 1 second.
Oh, before it.
So this is your Sirach 39:28. You want
Yes, 26.
26?
I like,
Okay.
yeah, I like that.
All right, so the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, is an apocryphal book, chapter 39, and then we're going to start at verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing.
Blood of the grapevine, you can go into all that, knives are made out of iron, fire, water, use that drinking, cooking, it goes on.
Verse 27. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil.
Evil, bad times. Our pull of just balance is abomination. Unjust balance, Slakia, unjust balance. Proverbs 11 verse 1. A false balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just way is his delight. El Bashir Shai deals with balance, the good and the evil. He creates good and he creates evil. You tell a Rocky Taki Christian that, they might have a seizure on you.
Because they don't have understanding of the scriptures.
Dude, the power of the Holy Spirit sent down from above. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 17. I'm being a bit literal though with that seizure thing, but they might know. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. Create evil, bad time. Somebody gets shot in the street, we're going to go into it. Spirit created for vengeance got them. Get ahead, brother.
Yeah, okay. Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they put their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
There be spirits that are created for what? For vengeance. I'm just thinking, you're asking spirits, so what's your job? I'm created for vengeance. Who created the devil? The Heavenly Father would be the ultimate creator of Satan. Which in their fury, they're going to have the fear of Yahweh Shemashah put upon them. Lay on sore strokes, not just strokes, sore strokes. In the time of destruction, They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. They appease the wrath of the Father Yahweh and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. Read John chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father, which hath sent him. Worship the Son, fear the Son, revere the Son as you the Father. Venerate the Son. Venerate means regard with great respect. Revere the Son as you would the Father. But the word there for should honor is timao in the Greek, which means regard with great respect, revere.
29. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance.
Fire. Fire burning to death is a hard way to go out. That was what scripture again, brother?
Sirach 39, 20.
Fire, that's a hard way to go out. It takes time to go out by fire. And it hurts. Famine, hiding restricted, and death. So there's spirits behind all of this. So if somebody gets burned to death, there's a spirit behind that. Hail and famine and death. There's actually a spirit behind death. You got a death angel. Spirits can be created. Spirits can be appointed. Angels are spirits. So the angels, which are spirits, can be appointed to kill people. But you also got the angel of death. All these were created for vengeance.
So this
What are you looking for, brother?
I got it right here. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
So you see when he's that was referring. That's the nuclear scriptures
Nucleus.
when he's about to fill his belly.
Mhm.
Yahweh Shai shall cast his wrath upon him. Now on a different note, these people they doing all their wickedness, they enjoying themselves. So from a point of view, you could say when they're filling their belly, because they doing that now, all these scourges are going to be set for amendment. So yeah, from that point of view, so yeah, you could say that. But that's referring to the nukes, if you didn't know, just to make that clarify. Oh, the death angel of Egypt was Yahushua. Let's go back to Sirach 39, verse 31. So yeah, angels can be appointed to kill people, but it's an actual death angel. And when Yahweh Shai lets him do his thing, Yahweh Shai is giving out judgments. That judgment go forth for death to do his thing. Death is going to have a dandy old time down here on this earth. Go ahead.
All right. Ecclesiasticus 39:31. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
Okay. They shall rejoice in his commandment, death. I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent and word of righteous cut off, as is written about the book of Job. So, death is meant to kill an infant baby. Death is going to rejoice in the commandment. And they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. They're not going to transgress the word of Yahweh Shai. Get that priest. I blew up my mind where I was thinking. They shall be ready upon earth when need is. Get the scripture. Bless Yahweh ye his angels that hearken unto the voice of his word. Barakta Yahweh Shai. Water Yahweh Shai. Psalm chapter 66, verse 5. Come and see the works of the power. He is terrible in his doing toward the sons of men. Men, women, children. Yahweh Shai is terrible in his doing towards the sons of men. The men, the women, and children. Ooh, so these humans down here. Yahweh Shai is terrible. His doings towards mere mortals. It's a bunch of things that could happen to you down here. You know, 2 Russian men was driving a car, sinkhole opened up. Now they're being boiled alive in there because the water pipes and all that was underneath the road. I question if they was gay, but it never said anything about that, but I'm gonna leave that there. Yahweh Shai executed a terrible judgment there. And it's not unjust. Read Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. If you do it, The just Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every point doth he bring children to light. He faileth not the unjust, nor of no shame. So that was a just judgment there. You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
This is Psalm 103 and verse 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word.
The angels love to do the will of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Hearkening unto the voice of his word. Doesn't matter if it's an infant. If that infant's meant to be burnt up with fire, them angels do it with glee. They do it, oh, I get to do the will of
Yes.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Exodus chapter 22, verses 22 and 24. Ye shall not afflict any widow. This is the law, by the way, to the Israelites. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. The word there for children, Hebrew sons. So this is said to Israelites, the apple of his eye, the apple of the Most High Yahweh, his eye, pursuant to the scriptures. These other nations, they ain't stand a chance. Your wives will be widows. Man, that's cold. I have wives, and I have 10 kids, and I have a wife. I have 2 wives and 10 kids. And they gonna be fatherless, and your wives are gonna be widows. That's cold. The Most High, Exodus chapter 15, verse 3, he is the man of war, it says. Yahweh is the man of war. Yahweh is his name. His son is just like him. I and my father are one. Yahweh Shai spoke about one accord, 2 separate entities, but on one accord. Yahweh Shai just like his father. And we're supposed to have the elect will have the mind of Yahweh Shai pursuant to the scriptures. And Yahweh Shai is just like his father, so you see the point.
You see the Father, you see the Son, you see the Father.
So Yahweh Shai has like the mind of his father. And we're supposed to have the mind of Yahweh Shai. The Father is greater than the Son, of course, as Yahweh Shai spoke about. But man, Yahweh Shai, he is terrible. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, but the Proverbs, the knowledge of the Holy is understanding.
Yeah, this is John chapter 14, back up that what we just talked about.
Okay.
Yahweh Shai saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me? Philip, he that seen me have seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? Going back to Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai are in one accord. So if you see the Son, then you see the Father.
Yahweh Shai looks like his father. He acts like his father. We have a saying here on earth, like father, like son. So when all these judges going forward during Jacob's trouble, you best believe Yahweh Shai is with that. He's not like, Father, I think you're going a bit too hard here on these humans. Remember, I'm all love. You sent me to love these people. I think you're going a bit. No, Yahweh Shai is with it. And Yahweh Shai came for the world of Israel. In John 3:16, that there for world is cosmos in the Greek, which pertain to a particular sect of people. And that particular sect of people is Israel only. And there's plenty of precepts to prove that. Different topic though, but it's a good lesson. Back to 2nd Esdras. Where was we? 2nd Esdras chapter 15.
We were in 16.
What was I? Alright, 2nd Esdras 15, verse 7. I got it here. Therefore saith the Lord. Alright, I'm gonna go back a few verses. Verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. They're filling their bellies like with wickedness and all that. And these elites, just believe they're doing that too. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Innocent and righteous blood, those spirits of those people that would have died, these would be Israelites. They crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. The book of Revelation talked about, and white robes were, did you get that? And white robes were given because they was complaining and all that. So in the spirit world, as you see, there is complaining about this. In the book of Psalms, it's like, how long, Yahweh, Shemiel Shai? The prophets was like that, sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, and the elect will do that. And that 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Vengeance is going to be going forth. Vengeance during the time of Jacob's trouble being heated up, all that killing, death, destruction. So you're like, this person was innocent. They were not innocent. Who ever perished being innocent, or were the righteous cut off, as written about in the book of Job. Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Egypt is America. But I will bring them with the mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt, America, with plagues as before, and will destroy all land thereof. So as before, this ain't referring to ancient Egypt. This is referring to modern Egypt, which is America. It's going to be plagues as before. However, Yahweh Shemiel Shai throws his plagues. Of course, like plagues of fire is going to come, nuclear missiles, and so on and so forth, apparitions, famine. We were just reading about it. Famine,
More death,
death,
killings.
killings, the sword, fire, and all them spirits created for vengeance, teeth of wild beasts, the spirit created for vengeance, bear attacks, and all that. It's going to be a lot of all that.
I got your precept.
Oh, go ahead.
Revelation 6 and 11. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest, yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
I'll go back to verse beforehand.
10.
Wait,
Or
9
9.
to
All right,
11.
Revelation 6:9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh and for the testimony which they held. Verse 10. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
You see, the souls are just complaining. You'd be ready to take someone out for that. All right, verse 11.
Verse 11. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
The souls of the just, that's an example. So yeah, Yahweh Shemiel Shai is going to bring plagues on this world. They complain, and there's going to be plagues and recompenses for that. Get that one is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yes.
Recompense tribulation. Tribulation to them that trouble you. Jacob's trouble is a time of great tribulation. The great tribulation written about in the book of Revelation, referring to the MLTB being enforced globally upon the world. The MLTB is the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast in the right hand or left hand is the RFID CHIP. MLTB in the forehead is the brain CHIP. So yeah, Yahweh Shemiel Shai is going to smite this modern day Egypt with plagues as before. It's going to be wondrous plagues. He could send a chariot like something we ain't never seen before. It's like, wow, I didn't know. But as plagues as before. So I mean, like, but like the book of Maccabees, when the chariot came and shot lightnings and all them laser beams and blinded them, Yahweh Shemiel Shai can do that again. Go ahead, brother.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing of Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Esau's going to go into captivity, that counts. And there's going to be tribulation down here on earth before Esau's thrown into slavery and captivity. So this is Psalm chapter 136, verse 4. To him alone, to him who alone doeth great wonders, for his mercy endureth forever. Great wonders. Yahweh Shemiel Shai is going to do great wonders in these last days with these plagues of Egypt. Go to Exodus 15:11, brother. There's going to be wondrous things going on. He is terrible in his doing towards the sons of men. Wondrous plagues. All that. Wondrous judgments. Yahweh Shemiel Shai is going to execute. You got it?
Right here. Exodus 15:11. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praise, doing wonders?
Wonders.
Wonders.
Yahweh Shemel Shai did wonders in ancient Egypt, sent them plagues. That's going to be done now, here, and again. That is going to, the elect is going to praise Yahweh Shemel Shai for that.
Con.
Get that precept in the Apocrypha, and the elect shall praise his
Mhm.
holy name. When these times of Jacob's trouble all heating up, the elect shall eat. They're going to rejoice. They're going to drink. And the elect's going to praise his holy name for that. Oh, storage.
That is in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17 and verse 10. And the elect shall praise his holy name.
You see someone else starving and all that, and you eating over here rejoicing, they getting their judgment. That's going to make the elect praise his holy name. This is Psalm chapter 116. I love Yahweh. I love Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because he hath heard my voice and my supplications. The Father knoweth what needs ye have, whether you need clothing and all that, as Yahweh Shai spoke about. He clothed the grass which is here today and then later cast into the fire. He giveth the birds food, as Yahweh Shai spoke about. Nothing can. Yahweh Shemel Shai controls all things. When you're watching your National Geographic, if you do, you see that lion get that deer, whatever. If Yahweh Shemel Shai didn't want that to happen, it would have never happened. What did Yahweh Shai speak about? A sparrow cannot even fall without your Father, but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore ye have more fight than many sparrows. 15. This is. Oh. I guess I got kicked out.
You got kicked out, so
You wanted to go to Tobit, brother?
I had it. Oh wow. Hold on one moment. Salakia.
These demons, boy,
It was right there.
they're going to go into tribulation in the kingdom of heaven. Everything Esau does on this side, which is the so-called white man, they're going to pay for it in the kingdom of heaven, pursuant to the scriptures. Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Here it is.
He that leadeth in the slavery shall go into slavery. All this. You messed up my wife while I was doing the teachings.
Exactly.
I don't know.
How many times does that happen?
Might throw them down the fleet of stairs. And in the Old Testament, there were Edomites that got thrown off a cliff. And Esau did all kinds of stuff to Jake. Scripture says, meditate. We're going to meditate terror upon them. Where is the scribe? Where is he that counts the towers? It's in the book of Isaiah. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to start here. This is Isaiah 65 and verse 9. And I will bring forth.
In the book of Tobit, it talks about the angel that bringeth the senses. I'll get that. You get that.
Okay. And I will, Isaiah 65 and verse 9. And I will bring forth as he out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. And then same Isaiah 65 verse 22, they shall not build and another inhabit, they shall not plant and another eat. For as in the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. And then that brought me.
Oh, mountain, my mountains, inheritor of my mountains. The elect is going to 144,000 are going to make up the government of Israel, which counts as a mountain, which counts as the 144,000 as being the elect. They shall not build, another shall inhabit. That's going to the curses. That's the opposite of the curses, to be more specific. Because in the curses, we will build but not inhabit. So this time we get to build and inhabit, and so on. That's the blessing. That's blessings there. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Tobit, chapter 8, verse 15. Then Raguel praised Yahweh and said, O power, thou art worthy to be praised with all pure and holy praise. Therefore, let thy saints praise thee with all thy creatures, and let all thy angels and thine elect praise thee forever.
Angels and 9 elect.
Right.
Bless Yahweh, ye his angels.
Yes.
The
Con.
angels worship Yahweh Shai in the book of Revelation. Bless Yahweh Bashem Shai, ye his angels that hearken unto the voice of his word, and the elect shall praise his holy name. So, if the true prophets, we supposed to have the name,
Mhm.
because the true prophets would be of the elect, and they would possess the name. Because of the hope elect, by the way. The true prophets would possess the name, and the elect shall praise his holy name. So if you claim to be a prophet and all that, how do you not have the name? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Okay.
We got all this and so on and so forth and all this, but maybe his name is this, maybe it's that, and so on and so forth.
Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 4, who have ascended up into heaven or have descended, who have gathered the wind in his fist, who have bound the waters in a garment, who have established all the ends of the earth. What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
So what is his name? You saw the Father boasting about his power. What is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants the prophets written about the book of Amos. So what is his name? What's the secret of his name? Yahweh. What's the secret of his son's name? Yahweh Shai. All right, back to 2 Ezra 15. So in verse 11, with plagues, we just went into the plagues. Something like we do know, but then it's going to be, that's going to be shaken up. That could be shaken up seeing something like that. And especially the plague of ICBMs,
Con.
the remnant warfare the scriptures speak about. So even the elect is going to be, whoa. So we went into that. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it, this is verse 12, 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with fearful constellation. Farmers going down. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe. What does woe mean? W-O-E. Woe. Great sorrow or distress. It says often used hyperbolically. In this case, it's not hyperbolically. It's not exaggeration. What's that?
Isaiah
Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah chapter 19, we're going to start at verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
So, and the spirit of Egypt, which is America, and the spirit of America shall fall in the midst thereof. You see this place falling down now. Even the aeroplanes are falling down. Stuff. Now will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to their idols, and to the charmers. The Bohemian Grove, I think it's happening around this time, so they go into their idols, their Baphomet stuff, and whatever else they call them. And to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, you know, they got witches, the elites of Esau. It's in the, I saved that piece I just read. Okay. The book of Isaiah talks about, you know, that one make bear the leg. I think it's in there. It talks about America with her witchcrafts.
Yeah, hold on.
It's not in Revelation, it's Isaiah. The scripture says in the Old Testament, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. No question shall changes not. I am the Lord, I change not. There be some Jacob will not consume it. Right, book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. Go to right here.
Isaiah 47, verses 1.
Go on down. It's gonna say, see if thy sorceries can save thee. See if thy sorceries save thee. Because these elites are they're doing witchcraft and all that. They trying to read the stars. Maybe we can defeat Yahweh Shai when he come back. Just maybe. They go into their wizards and all that. None of it's going to work. It's all in vain. Yeah. Isaiah 47, verse 12. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, you son of Jacob will not consume. Yahweh Bashem Shai changes not. Lest we be consumed and we be destroyed, the Israelites.
Okay. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
There's sorceries. They're trying to do all that to see if they can defeat Yahweh Shai when he comes back to defeat Yahweh Bashim Shai. Esau. Yahweh Shai is beyond your comprehension of power. And he said his fall is greater than him. You don't stand a chance. You're going to try to fight. You're going to try and fight. I'll say it like this, because Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God, the word there for God is Elohim, create the heaven and the earth. You're going to fight gods of creation. That's a losing battle. They are gods of creation. Whatever you have, material world, they would have been the reason why you even possess that, because they were the
creators.
Creators. The Heavenly Father gave out the blueprint.
Khan.
You only have that because I created that. What you mean you're gonna use this against me?
Exactly. In that,
You dare use my own creation against me? That ain't gonna work. They could do anything. They can manipulate the creation, have it melt in your hand. Come to man. And the Father is greater than Yahweh Shai and all the angels. That's beyond our comprehension.
I got preach, brother. Keeping in line with the brother just said about using something against that the creators have made, meaning the angels created. Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thine heart, and this is for Esau. This is Esau. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, that thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's that pride. Who's going to stop me? Who can bring me to the ground? Who's going to fix me or tell me what to do? Rebellion and so forth. Next verse. Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Exalt thyself as the eagle. The eagle flies high above a lot of birds and stuff, looks down, can go in front of it, flies high. Exalt thyself amongst the stars, satellite space, and so on and so forth. Clefts of the rock, once upon a time, true story by the way, Esau was living in Mount Seir, which is what? This here it is right here, Petra, Mount Seir, which is going to clefts of the rock. What's your next one?
Ezekiel chapter 28. We're going to start at verse 3.
Hold that real quick.
Got it.
There was. So they're going to use all their witchcrafts. You can go ahead now. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 28, starting at verse 3. Behold, this is Esau, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that can hide from thee. Verse 4. With thine wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. Verse 5. By the great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of these riches. And this is where the pride is coming from. So in verse 3, where it states, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel, that wiser than Daniel was given to the Edomites when they got raised up. However, there is one, our Heavenly Father Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, that is more wiser than that. So in other words, if you have a child and you impart into your child so they can be successful in life, and they come back and try to usurp the authority of the parent, that can never be, because the parent still has the upper hand or the iron fist, so to speak, to knock that child down and say, wait a minute,
I told you,
I taught you, and I still know what I'm doing.
And I got more in secrets than you do.
Yes, exactly.
I could kill you with what I know. It's dead. All the knowledge in the universe all at once. Every little bit of dark matter, all that, what that means, where kill somebody. It's like it, but I didn't have to say
that is all right.
I didn't have to say hold up. This is precept to back this up, and this leads back second Esdras. Ecclesiastes 8 verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully in them. It's like it's really setting them to do evil. So Esau, thou flowest together that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I reproved thee in order before thine eyes with look of sorrow. So if he was in slavery captivity, so was all that. Help us to Messiah to just open up on them and laser beam them to dust and beat them to powder at his presence, as it's written about. who shall be beaten the powder ashes of presence. But Shimshai didn't just do that to Esau, so Esau was like, he must be with me. Whose possessors slain and hold themselves not guilty, and say, Blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich. Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. You didn't kill the man, the Jake man, he didn't do nothing to you. You just say, I feel like killing today. And you be like, bless God, for I am rich. And yes, wicked. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. These other people out here, outside of the elites of Esau, but vengeance is going to be executed when Jacob's trouble comes and heats up, famine, death, and all the plagues. The great ones of Al Shai. Get ahead, brother.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, and starting at verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
Yep, seek your help by Shimmer Shai now, or he may be found. I feel you want this. Go ahead, brother. Okay.
That's that's one of my favorite scriptures.
You do like
that's
that precept.
I like that precept.
But seek your help by Shimmer Shai now, while he may be found. Call you about him while he is near, before that sword draweth nigh, because it's coming. Let the wicked forsake his way, the wicked Israelite. And it goes on. But he will abundantly pardon. Back to 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Modern day sword is what? The gun. Got a lot of other weapons though. You know, these people around here, the movie The Road, it showed about it. They have guns and weapons and stuff. There's gonna be the gangs and all that. But there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're not going to care about the laws and all that, the modern day American laws. Murder is illegal. I don't care about it. That's what they're going to be like. Not going to care about Donald Trump. Trump is like, I am the chosen one. They ain't going to care about that.
No. Revelation 12 and 12.
Go ahead.
Wherefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Esau's going to come down with great wrath because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He's going to do that. It could very well be a black swan event, which is a rare, unexpected event with a significant impact, often catastrophic, that is difficult to predict and is explained in hindsight as if it were. And it's often explained in hindsight as if it were predictable. So a black swan event, 9/11, that can be called a black swan event. Boast not thyself from tomorrow, for thou knowest not what another day may bring forth, in the book of Proverbs. 9/11 happened in a day. So what else can happen in a day that Esau can do?
Yes.
There's going to be all kinds of killing and death and destruction out here. There's going to be sedition amongst men. Think of the movie The Purge. I haven't seen all The Purges, but think of The Purge. I'm thinking about that movie, the trailer. He said, this is the forever purge.
Yes, that's exactly what that meant.
That's what I'm thinking. I never saw the movie, but
the trailer. That's
the trailer. All that killing they did, they didn't care about no Mr. Donald J. Trump or their president.
No. Matthew 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
And except those days should be shortened. That's going to time Jacob's trouble heating up. The MOTB is going to be global. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So if these days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved.
One more, brother.
We are all doomed.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. they're gonna have power to be able to go and do all that killing. Of course, it's Yahweh Hashem El Shai ultimately having them to do that.
Verse 17, 2nd Ezra 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
So lockdowns, martial law. Another word, no zone. You could use no zone for
No
that.
zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lockdown. What you doing coming in here? Do you have the mark on your hand? No, you can't come in. You might get gunned down for not having the mark. There's gonna be a lot going on out here.
Yes. Verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
For because of their pride, get the 7 things, 16
Things
Yahweh
Yahweh
hates,
hates, and
yea, 7
7
abomination
abominations.
unto him.
Right,
First
gotcha.
one is a proudful look. That pride like that, that's a sin. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So if men are the stronger vessel, which they are, they're going to be afraid. How much more the women? That leads you to Isaiah 4:1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, and it goes on. 7's completion. Could be 6 women, 7 women, 8 women. A man shall be as a covert. In the book of Isaiah also, as a shadow of a great walk in a weary land, covert from the tempest, all that. So these women's going to be looking for an elect man, not just a man, but an elect man to for safety. You know, all this is going on out here. You just saw somebody get eaten by a tiger this morning, and you ran thinking you could get away. So somebody just get gunned down. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. People set on fire, you hearing it. Dead bodies, their bodies shall be as dung in the streets, and none shall bury them, the scriptures speak about. And you see Superman. I need Superman. The women's going to be like,
man.
I need Superman. I'm likening Superman into the elect man.
Mm-hmm.
The women's going to be in tip-top order. You say jump up and down, they can jump up and down. I need Superman. I need help. Like that movie, the Coming to America. I didn't see the movie, but that scene that I remember the brothers had it with the pictures.
But I got you, brother. Anyone's familiar with Coming to America? In the beginning of the movie, Eddie Murphy plays Prince Hakeem. He was to be married to a young woman that was raised from birth to obey him. So in one of the scenes, he couldn't believe that she would do everything she say, and he said jump up and down and bark like a dog, and she did it. So that was her way of submitting to her future husband, to show him that she would submit to him and be obedient.
God, not saying the elect man's gonna have him do that, but yeah, they'll be like that in that day. The water, brother.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. We know who that is.
Yep, that's Esau Edom, because of Edom, so-called white man. He went around the world colonizing. Wakanda, that movie. These colonizers, they known for colonizing. They say colonizing, but what does that really mean? Killing, raping of the men's wives, the men, the women, the children, because Esau will rape the men, the women, and the children. And your dog too. And you say, what did Job say? I would have to stand and set them with the dogs at my flock. This man's going down. He's going to go into captivity and pay for all this. And before that, there's going to be judgments going forth before that, as we're reading now. The time of Jacob's trouble heating up now. Go ahead.
This is verse 18. And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren.
That's upsetting. You go to court and they telling lies.
Lying on you.
I saw him do it.
And the person didn't even do it.
I had that happen to me, a whole bus when I was in school. The whole bus said I did something, I didn't do it. That's upsetting. But that's Esau for you.
That's Esau for you, because they lie. Let me go get that.
He's the father of lies. I know you're going to get John 10:10 and John 8:44. And also our people do that as well. Because of their pride. Scourges are sent for all this. Scourges.
John 8:44 dropped the first.
Red letter words of your house, by the way. And this was said to Israelites first.
Right, but it does hold for Esau.
It does.
You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies.
NIV. I would
That
not.
was NIV.
Yeah, I would not want to be known as the father of lies. Oh, that's John 10.
I'm
I think
working
it's
on
10.
it.
10.
They're going right there.
It's like these two precepts match. Through that precepts I gain what? Understanding in Psalm 119, Psalm chapter 119. Go ahead.
John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
Yeah, that they might have. Yahweh Shai came that they might have life and have it more abundantly. The elect is going to obtain that life. But these Edomites come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Now it's red letter word to Yahweh Shai, where they spread the devil.
We got one more. Psalm 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Man.
Anybody been lied on?
Yeah, these Edomites. They come out like, if you look at them lynching pictures, you'll see children. Edomite children watching a grown man getting lynched and set on
And
fire.
laughing and pointing and taking joy in it. This is the devil. This is who we working with.
They are estranged from the womb. They lies from birth. These people is the devil. Even their children's the devil. You say, well, it's just children. All right. Then they try and lynch you, and you say, my goodness.
I saw eating my baby in the store recently, and this was a baby. This had to be less than 1 year old. And I kid you not, when the baby looked at me and I looked at the baby gave me a look like if I could kill you. This is who we working with. The devil. They're born. Let's go
What does the
straight
scripture
speaking
say?
lies.
Who can make it straight, which Yahweh hath made crooked? Can a leopard change his spot? And these people's gonna get punished for it. Great tribulation, recompense, great tribulation to them that trouble you. They have troubled us. And all that they
Let me
did.
get that.
There's gonna be a lot of judgments out there. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And they're stronger when the weakest, the women's gonna be worse. Get ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Yahweh Shemashai have made these people come doing evil. They are evil. They are the devil that the Bible speaks of. These are the devil.
I got one more.
Let's go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
It's good to be gay, but you're straight. That's a bit boring. What you mean? That's putting good for evil and evil for good. Bitter for sweet, sweet for bitter. Being with a man, that's bitter. Being with a woman, that's for a man to be with a woman, that's sweet. For a man to be with another man, that's bitter.
That's bitter. They call it good.
That's disgusting. They call that sweet.
Confused.
The city of confusion right there down. The day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh. This city is going to be broken down because Jacob's trouble is going to lead up into the crescendo of the nuclear war.
Isaiah 24 and 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
All right, let's get into them nuclear destruction prayers. Let's get into them destruction
I
prayers.
got one. Wait. I'll get to some
The
of
list.
these scriptures. I got it right here. There it
Okay.
is. I got the list right here.
No. We're waiting for that day. Rejoice over her, ye prophets, as the scriptures speak about. Yahweh Shimon Shai will and me and the brother Mayhick, we're going to be rejoicing.
Rejoicing.
What's that? I don't know the song, but it's going to be like the best day ever, like SpongeBob stuff. It's going to be rejoice. The scriptures say rejoice over her, ye prophets,
That's right.
and all that. It's going to be a marvelous day.
Let's start with Isaiah 66. We're going to be at verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Plead with what, brother? What's it say? Plead with what?
All flesh.
But with fire.
Fire.
And fire ain't used for healing. Like it'll be used for destruction, killing, all that. Isaiah chapter 13 verses 6 and 8. Let's read the devil. Elba Shimon Shai is
For
going to
edification purposes, we'll bring it right back out.
Elba Shimon Shai is going to shake the heavens and the earth. And thou shalt reel to and feel like a drunkard, as the scriptures speak about. It's going to be, even the elect were afraid. Thou shalt come back. It's going to be scary at that. But the elect is going to be like Barakatha Yehovah Shem Yoshai, Kal Halal Yehovah Shem Yoshai.
Okay. Isaiah 13, starting at verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Go to Blue Letter Bible for howl. Let's see what that word there for howl is. Howl ye. That's not like a joyful thing. Woe to you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? These Christians, I can't wait till my Lord get back. Catholic,
They have no idea what they're talking about.
To what end is it for you? As if a man did beat a lion, then he gets away, then a bear met him, and then he leaned his hand upon a wall and a serpent bit him. That's something. Oh, it's a lion. We gotta move out. We move out. Oh, I'm safe. Oh, here come a bear. I'm not having a good day. You get away from the bear. I'm at home. You big last snake. You was doomed to die. That's divine. You can't tell me it ain't. I mean, it's all divine at the end of the day, even little things.
There's even a movie about that. It's called Final Destination, where there's a group of people that death follows to kill them because they're just doomed to die.
That's spiritual. Yeah, let me see.
This is for Howl, Yalao.
How? Ooh, let's get it.
Cut the volume up.
Strong's H3213. Yalel. Yalel.
To howl, well, make a howling. Well, yo. I was thinking about, like, if you watch movies and the mother's children die, she's out there howling, she's wailing.
Mm-hmm. That cry that comes out in bitter sorrow and sadness. When the bomb was dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima,
Ooh.
the cries that went out from those people.
Ooh, there's some. I was watching it. Oh, that's people. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm making sure that's not.
I was looking at the same thing. I thought that was something else too, but
yeah, that was some bad stuff. They had the ant walkers. Supposedly they had the crocodile men. A lot of this, yeah, they had the crocodile men. Their faces, they got melted, so it kind of like got fused together, and they only had like a little red dot that was making unnatural noises. They were saying supposedly. The waters, you say it's hot. They got dry and thirsty, very quenched. So they jumped into the river. The rivers are boiling.
boiling hot.
There ain't no getting out of this. This is hell.
People
thought they died and went to hell.
That's like somebody jumping into a boiling water so hot that they never knew they get cooked alive because of the heat.
They thought they went to their afterlife hell. Hell is here on earth. The place of judgment is under the sun, which is the place under the sun is earth. So there ain't no spiritual hell. But they thought they went to a spiritual hell. That's how bad it was. People walking, clothes melted, skin hanging, melted. Woman was holding her dead baby upside down. She didn't even know, but she was jacked up too. But the baby's dead and she's walking with it upside down. Horrific things. There's a Shrouded Hand on YouTube. He goes into that from a book. Now they got debates about the book, what's true, what's ain't, because it was only first-hand experiences. There's nothing backing up the book. Yeah, it's a beat.
Yeah, that was from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that was iniquity was there.
Place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Place of judgment is here under the sun. So hell is on up. So someone said, hell is on hell is a condition made up of what? Hell is a condition of his grave. This is Jacob hell, the Israelites hell. This is Esau's heaven. So for a white man who lives in the world, this is their heaven. Heaven is also a condition made up of what? Go to Isaiah 13, verses 7. We out here preaching the words of how much you gonna shine. But man, that Hiroshima Nagasaki stuff, that's some horror movie stuff. Supposedly they saw a skinned horse, because when you go into science and all that, the blast and combustion, it degloved the horse. So nice, supposedly that was from that horse, I'm saying. Supposedly it was a degloved horse. There's a whole science behind it, why it didn't happen. And you can find this, you can find pictures of this without it being graphic. The people that died that was closer, you can see their shadows that was still there. I don't know how the science of that works, I forgot. Something to do with the vaporization, all that. You can still see where they were sitting at. Verses 7, 6 to 8. Let's start at verse 7. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Flashing light, searing pain. Then you become a pile of ash.
And we have read verse 6, we'll go to again for edification purposes. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction of the enemy. Verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Heart being the mind. Your mind is going to be, oh, woe is me, as Esdras, woe is me, woe is me. Wailing, howling, men and women, they're going to be wailing, children.
Verse 8, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Man, that's bad. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. Seeing it then, it is a righteous thing with Yahweh B'Shem Yashai to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. This is tribulation to them that trouble you. Let's go ahead and say that. It shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. A woman can tell you about pregnancy, birth, and so on and so forth. You can do research. It's a bad thing. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. That goes into it by itself. That's some bad stuff. You get set on fire. Your face is on fire. Some bad stuff.
Just looking at videos on social media sites about being on fire, sitting on fire, that is a lot.
There's a whole science behind it. Supposedly, not speaking from experience, you know, hair gets set on fire easily, but human skin, that's supposed to be harder to set on fire. So when it does catch fire, it took quite a big fire to get that on fire. But these nuclear missiles, they're gonna be able to do fire just like that because of the sheer amount of heat. And that humans have fat. That fat is also fuel for the fire. The scriptures speak about they should be as fuel for the fire. Fat is a good thing that'll burn. Fat is good for burning. I need to set a fire, get some fat. It burns good. And humans have fat and it leaks out and it's the whole science and the okay.
Yeah. This is second Peter. Yes. This is 2 Peter chapter 3. We're gonna start at verse 8. But do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. Verse 9. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. Verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come like a thief. The heavens will disappear with a roar. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything done in it will be laid bare.
Man, that's self-explanatory, but
That's why we have to seek Yahweh Hashem right now. Found that's our opportunity to repent and to draw near to Him.
and that's we too. That's you, me,
Me.
the Israelites. And if you say, well, I'm Chinese, so maybe I'm not an Israelite. My mother and father look Chinese. If this truth resonates with you, more than likely you're an Israelite. Romans 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained not what she seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, rest are blinded. So the election are going to attain 100% truth, no matter what they look like. Revelation 7 talked about he saw like different kindreds, all kindreds and peoples. Those were of the elect, clothed with white robes and palms in their hand. They were of the elect, but they looked like other nations. Doesn't matter what you look like. The truth resonates with you. More likely you're an Israelite. Doesn't matter what you look like. The elect will obtain 100% truth, no matter what they look like. So disappear with the roar of great noise. That's a great noise. Nuclear missiles so loud. The sky will most likely be red. There's a whole science behind that with nuclear missiles. So that's intimidating in itself. The element shall be destroyed by fire, intense fire. Nuclear missile starts out like it's like a sun. You look up the heat, it's like a sun coming at you.
The amount of heat. I'm looking at a grill right now. You know, you put charcoal in the grill or you use a propane grill, the fire doesn't consume the grill. That's how you make your food. But when the nuclear missiles are hitting their targets in Babylon, even those grills and metal garbage cans and so forth, all that's going to be completely melted.
It pales in comparison to the power of a nuke.
The amount of heat that's going to be released from the nuke.
Your oven is cold compared to a nuke. It's freezing cold. It pales in comparison. I know I had a dream. It was supposed to be there was two guns in existence. One had the power of the sun. That thing was so hot. Somebody standing behind the door ready to shoot you. Why open the door? Just shoot the door. It's gonna instantaneously put a hole through the door and the person. Amount of heat. When I woke up, it made my a 400-degree oven seem cold compared to the heat that was in that dream. That thing was burning me. I was holding it like this. It was still burning. It's so hot. Make your 400-degree oven cold. Get that Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. But the day of the Lord, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, not your 450 oven.
Yes.
This talk about an oven in the ancient world. What we would compare that to now is a bread oven. Because the heat, you put your bread in there for seconds and then and then the bread's cooked. How the cookie do. You leave that bread in there too long, it burn out. That thing is hot. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Neither root nor branch. It's Psalm 1. For those of you that know about gardening with root or branch, you know you cut down a tree, it can come back from a trunk, root, branch. You can grow something from a branch. You don't want to leave root nor branch. You leave some roots, the plant might come back. If you know about gardening and stuff like that.
Yeah. This is Psalms 1.
You can go through the whole thing. It's short, 6 verses, and it goes into Malachi 4 too.
All right, we're going to start at verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Psalm 1, think about the precepts, Isaiah chapter 55, verse 67. Seek ye Yahweh right now while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way. Think about that in verse 1. And also Sirach 39, verse 1. Over here. There you go. Oh my goodness. All right, standard. There you go.
There we go. Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39 and verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
Prophecies. Occupied prophecies. Occupied till I come. This is words of Yahweh. This was a parable. Words of Yahweh. Chapter 19, verse 13. These 10 servants. The servants are occupied till I come. Occupy where? In prophecy. Alright, so verse 2.
Verse 2. Okay. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
We just went over some precepts going into that.
Verse 3.
Yes.
And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
You know, if a leaf is withered on a tree, that's not a good sign. That's a sign of death.
Yeah.
Even if it's on just a leaf, you want to keep it home. It's all about blessed is the man who will not the counsel of God. That don't counsel.
Strong's H 6098. 8 son. 8 son.
Counsel, advice, purpose. Your manner of life, how you live, a lot. Not you walking in a crowd of people who say, I got to get out of here because I'm walking with the counsel of God. Not like that. Like your friends, and to give an example, blessed is the man that walketh not, and counsel the ungodly, your friends, certain family members, and also counsel the purpose, godly. Stand at the way of sinners. You don't want to be a sinner. We are all sinners. We sin every day, but we don't just like go off our way to
And
sin.
openly and genuinely.
Yeah, to the best of your ability, follow the law, the statutes, and commandments. Judge chapter 5 verse 11. Search the righteous acts to the best of our abilities. You don't sit in the seat of the scornful. You don't want to be a scorner. So you don't want to be in the counsels of these wicked people and taking their advice and so on and so forth, friends included. Go on to verse 4, brother.
The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff in which the wind driveth away.
Oh, well. 4. You ready?
Yep, let's one more time. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away.
Why? Just went through that Malachi. They're gonna be destroyed. That's one reason why.
Right. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous.
God not stand in the sin in the congregation of the righteous. Sinners are going to be destroyed, and the ungodly is going to be destroyed. They won't get a chance to be there. 6.
For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
It shall perish. These people getting their fill of wickedness now, filling up there, getting their fills of vile and wickedness now. Because, you know, I believe it was the Amorites in Genesis. There's no doing the son, remember that. They had to, give an example, they had to fill that vial up of wickedness, and then they were taken down. So these people, they do a certain amount of wickedness, and then they get judgment for it on an individual level. Esau is doing that as a nation as well, but on an individual level, the ungodly, they're doing that now, and then they're going to be taken out. Like they're filling up their bellies. We was back in, oh, you got a precept?
One precept. I got it
Go
right here.
right ahead,
This is the
brother.
book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 11. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish.
The tabernacle of the upright. Who are the upright? The elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. The elect of the children of Israel. The elect man, you have the elect man, you read the Bible, the scriptures in the New Testament, and the elect children. Lord of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 9 through 11, brother. The scriptures speak about. Okay, this is in the Apocrypha. The wicked man. I gotta remind you. So these ungodly, these two-thirds out here, these double-minded people out here, these two-thirds, these wicked Israelites, going to be cut off and destroyed. It will come back. All Israel shall be saved, as is written. They shall come in Zion, deliver, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. The deliverer is Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai is going to come back to deliver his elect. They're going to be under the covenant. They're going to have sex and have children. The two-thirds will come back as the children of the elect. So all Israel shall be saved. That could have only happened unless Yahweh Shai had to take his sacrifice. For God so loved the world of the Israelites, that were there. For God, Yahweh, is referring to the Most High Yahweh. It's not for the angel Michael the Archangel. It's for the Yahweh. So it's only for Israelites only. Go ahead, brother.
Psalm 37, starting at verse 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth.
God, evildoers shall be cut off. We went to that, the day of Yahweh. Like chapter 4, verse 4. We've gone into the different precepts. How ye for the day of Yahweh is at hand. To what end is it for you? We didn't pull that precept up. To what end is it for you? To the scriptures.
For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, those shall diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
Self-explanatory. Where is his place? What's going on here with him? It's not be, it's destroy.
But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
This place is going to be like a bad dream. As the scriptures speak about. Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 35 and verse 18. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous.
I'm gonna go to 5.
And then this
not
is,
ready yet.
Okay.
For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he has smitten and sundered the loins of the unmerciful. That sounds like who? That's not going to be a so-called white man. You keep setting this man on fire, putting them out, setting them on fire, putting them out, setting them on fire, putting them out. I forgot, I don't know if it's on YouTube now, but they set him on fire. I think they put him on whatever, then they swung him up on the tree and swung him back down. And they threw him on fire, and they go, ooh, ooh, and put him out, and then put him on fire up and down. Yeah, you're gonna go through for that. Work, or I'll kill your kids or whatever. You're given a possible task. And then if you didn't meet the day's calling, you might have your arm cut off. And we paid vengeance to the heathen. Vengeance, that he have taken away the multitude of the proud and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. Unrighteous is who? Esau, Edom, tabernacles of Edom. The scepter is for rulership. The so-called white man, unrighteous, he's ruling now. You have Israelites, unrighteous too. But the scepter of the unrighteous. Esau has the scepter, he's ruling now, and he's up on righteousness.
Con.
We paid vengeance. 2nd Ezra 15:56. Let's get it. So this is for the speaking to Asia, and then beforehand in that verse, also, oh no. Cool. Okay, got it.
2nd Esdras 15:56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall Yahweh do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief.
That's going to happen to Esau Edom. He did a lot of stuff to the children. This is from the Asia, by the way, if you go up 4 verses. And it also appears again in this chapter and verses beforehand. So all the things these Edomites did, they're not going to get away with that. Get away with nothing. These other nations too, the Chinese, the Japanese, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
But the numero uno is Esau,
Esau.
the tabernacles of Edom. This is from the Psalm, the 83rd chapter. It listed enemies of the nation Israel in order. First come tabernacles of Edom, then Ishmael, which is so-called Arabs, then Moab, which is the so-called Chinese people. Hinga hanga hing.
Let's read verse 57 as well. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
It's gonna happen to you Chinese. It's gonna happen to Esau. Go to Job chapter 27, verse 13. Job 27, 13. And go to 15. Go to 17.
All right. Job 27, verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. Verse 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. Modern day sword, the gun, you got a lot of other weapons though. And children being multiplied to be killed by weapons.
All right. 15. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
Oh, he made it. Just, anything else in second Ezra 15 you want to bring up, brother? Oh, 58.
58.
I want
Second Ezra 15, 50. Yes. This is 57 with 58. Here it is. Okay. Second Ezra 15, 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
That's self-explanatory. Also, before the nuclear missiles come, all these stuff and all that's gonna happen. You say, I'm gonna head to the mountains. I'm gonna live off the land. And now you're very hungry, starvation, all that.
Very hungry. No
Cannibalism.
bread and water. Mm-hmm.
I can see them cutting off their own fingers. One.
Two. Yeah.
That's painful though, but that hunger pain and all that is hunger is something we don't know about like that.
Sure, our recording is still on.
Oh, the water, brother. It went out. Hunger is a pain. Hunger like that. That is some serious stuff right there. 70 AD, there was cannibalism and all that.
Yeah, cannibalism in 70 AD. Got caught.
Let's go. Alright, let's get the list.
I'm going to read verse 59 while we get our list of 2nd Ezra 15. Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. They're going to be plagued again with famine, with death, with sickness. Ultimately, nuclear fire when the intercontinental ballistics hit their targets in Babylon. Where we
We're going to Daniel 12 and 1. The
And
nation
Michael.
of soy sauce people shall be bust up. Although Jake could have had a hand in soy sauce and all that. Jacob is the form of all things. The scripture said, we are the salt of the earth. So, yeah, we're going to know a lot in the kingdom about all this history and stuff with the Israelites and all that. But go ahead.
And at that, Daniel 12 and 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
And at that time shall Michael, the chief archangel, stand up. The great prince will stand for the sons of thy people, therefore children of Hebrew sons. You have the elect lady, by the way, and elect children, remember that. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation, even at that same time. The crescendo of Jacob's trouble with the nuclear missiles, the day of Yahweh, the day of the Lord, in the scriptures. there was and at that time thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that should be found written in the book, that's the elect
The
only.
elect only.
That should be found written in the book. Written in the book, that's the elect only. Joel chapter 1 verses Joel chapter 2 verses 1 and 2. So Michael, the chief archangel, is going to come back with Yahweh Shai, or the holy angel. And Michael, he bringing war. Michael's about war. And Yahweh Shai is like his father, and his father is a man of war. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Let's just bring that out. Exodus 15 verse 3. So Yahweh Shai is going to come back and bring war. And not know, you see your neighbor shooting up somebody going on like this, and you couldn't know how to use a gun. This is some war Yahweh Shai come back with.
Yep. Exodus 15 and 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Type in because King David and his men were as bitter in their mind
Yes.
as a bear bereaved of her whelps when they fought and went to war. You mess with a mama bear, everybody should know you don't mess with no mama bear. That's dangerous. That mama bear gonna come at you hard. And that's how King David and his mighty men fought. So how much more Yahweh Shai, the angel with celestial powers and can do all this other stuff, doing some avatar stuff and more. When he fought Fire Lord Ozai, and some more of that, more greater than that. And the speed and all that's gonna be horrific and terrifying, marvelous, and great wonders, and terrible. And towards his doing towards the sons of men. You got it?
Come. Which should you need?
2 Samuel 17 and 8.
This one. Oh, there we go. I got it. Right. 4 said, Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they might be mighty men, and they be chaffed in their minds as a bear robbed of her whelps in the field. And thy father is a man of war and will not lodge with the people.
Chaffed, going to their bitter and rage in their minds, as a bear bereaved of her whelps. That's the one thing you don't want to do. Mess with that mama bear and her cubs. You kick that cub or take them cubs away from her. Mama bear go off. And when she go off, that's a fight. You're gonna take mama bear out of her. She's not gonna stop. That bear gonna fight till she can't fight no more. Nah, that's the one I want to bring out. It's one of my favorites. Cry as a woman in travail. Yahweh Shai gonna come back and do a roar, and when he roar, he cry, not like a war cry. That's what I'm referring to.
Isaiah 42 and 14. I have long time holden my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
Where is it? Nahu. I'm looking for Nahu. Oldest priesthood brother. I have long time holding my peace. Yahweh Shai truly has done that. Yahweh Shai knew what we saw. He knows what happened when we was in slavery. All that. I have been still. Yahweh Shai has been still, and he refrains himself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. Pregnant woman cries. Anybody had experience with that? Yahweh Shai can come back. He's gonna roar. It's written about Thessalonians too as well. With the trump of Yahweh, the voice, the shout of the. I can't butcher it. Alright, get that preacher, bro. Nahu 1. Start at verse. Nahu 1 and 3.
The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm. and the clouds are the dust of his feet.
The power. Oh, wait, that was verse 2, brother?
Verse 2, Yahweh is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies.
Wrath is reserved for Esau, Edom, and the other nations. And if you are against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're against Yahushai, that makes you what? An anti-Hamashiach or antichrist. And now there are many antichrists as the scripture speaks about. So you also got two-thirds of output that's enemies as well. Anybody else? The power is jealous. Yahweh revengeth. Yahweh revengeth. Yahweh Shem Yahushai revengeth. Yahweh Shem Yahushai revengeth. And it's furious. That fear to kill the human. That you watching now a day is 1,000 years. 1,000 years is a day. So 1,000 years down here is a day to the Father, the Son. So for all that, watching that, you're getting upset. The apple of his eye. That's upsetting. That kills him back. You see something happen to your own children, you get fired up for it, and keep watching that. Verse 3.
The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet.
This is Ezekiel chapter. Mercy and wrath come from him.
Okay.
Mercy and wrath come from him. No, but I didn't want you to. I was saying, you can get if you want. I was saying, could you read this?
Okay, I got it. Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord, power, Yahweh, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will ye die, O house of Israel?
Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power. And you saw it, pleasure in the death of the wicked. That's for the Israelites, by the way.
Yes,
As
yes.
Israelites.
That's not. Yeah, this doesn't have. This has nothing to do with the wicked of Esau. This is Israelites.
But he will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord loveth judgment, the scriptures speak about. The Lord loveth judgment. I'm getting it, brother.
All right.
Psalm chapter 37, verse 28.
For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off.
Judgment, justice being executed upon. You have sinned. Now you will receive judgment. Justice will be executed upon you. Righteous thing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai to recompense tribulation. So they'll not trouble you. That is recompense. Justice being executed. Justice has been served today. Angels, looking at it like that. Not saying that happens like that, but you go to court, justice is supposed to be executed, the angels do the will. Beautiful. He is terrible and he's doing towards the sons of men. It's just judgment, no matter what happens to them. While we're on that point, evil angels.
Yeah, that left hand side, the evil angels. What you want?
Psalms chapter 78, verse 49. Cruel message. Yahweh Shem Yahushai could kill you on the right hand side and the left hand side. Right hand side, the good angels, the righteous angels, and you also got evil angels, which they do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so they're not sinning. You got it?
Yeah, I'm going to read this in the New Living Translation, Psalm 78 and 49. He loosed on them his fierce anger, all his fury, rage, and hostility. He dispatched against them a band of destroying angels.
Evil angels. I will read the KJV. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them. Go to Proverbs 17:11. Evil angels, if anybody's ever seen like shadow people and they got scared by it and they hear footsteps in their house, that counts as evil angels, by the way. But yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahushai can send an evil angel after you, take you out that way, left hand side. or on the right hand side, a good angel. Both sides can be appointed to kill you.
All right. King James Version for Proverbs 17 and 11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. A cruel messenger.
A cruel angel. You want to see the New Living Translation? Fine, get it. Get it.
Evil people are eager for rebellion, but they will be severely punished. So the New Living Translation doesn't put in about the messenger. They just say severely punished.
What?
Yep, right here.
Oh my goodness.
I thought, but the Berean Study Standard Bible says an evil man seeks only rebellion. A cruel messenger will be sent against him.
I like the Berean Standard Bible. I really do. I like the way they do it. I really like the way they do it. Ooh. Oh, the two colors gonna crash. I really like the way they do it. Yeah,
Now NIV,
it's good. And I might be good too.
evildoers foster rebellion against Yahweh. The messenger of death will be sent against them.
Messenger of.
Messenger of death.
Oh, let's see. Wait. This was Proverbs 17:11. So let's see there for. Messenger of death. $17:11. Going to the words now. Going into the heat. Okay, I can. Well, a cruel messenger. I don't think it said death there. Oh my goodness. You see this?
Your thing went out.
All right.
I mean, it might be running low on battery too.
So a cruel messenger, terrible messenger. Didn't say death, but it would bring. Them cruel angels can bring death real quick and easy.
Calm.
So. You right? Wait. We're gonna go back to this. I'm gonna check that out, brother, real quick.
Okay.
To the list.
The only way that will go out is if the battery here.
No, it's something with the book Bible.
we good.
Bible, I got it.
All right, we still good.
Ugh. We're out here showing the house of Jacob their transgression and their sin.
You in Isaiah 58 and 1.
God, go ahead,
Okay.
brother. We're declaring this stuff before it actually happened, the day of Yahweh. We didn't get there yet. And it happened, the nuclear nukes we don't know about it.
All right, I'm gonna bring that out. One moment. I just had that. Okay. Get it again. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. And that's what the brother and I are doing. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet. Let your voice get to the level of a trumpet, so the noise, so that the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai can come out, so my people, that's the people of Israel, that's Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, can be shown their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Stop hacking that, brother.
All right, that
So yeah, we're showing the house of Jacob their sins and all that. Speaking the words of Yahweh Shimon Shai, declaring to seek Yahweh Shimon Shai now while he may be found,
Khan.
and call you upon him while he is near.
Khan.
So Yahweh Shimon Shai will this lesson edify to the flock of Yahweh Shai. Green
Right.
pastures.
Absolutely.
100%
True.
true. Face the east.
Kabbalah Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Kakadash Rakti Yahweh Rakti Yahweh Shai.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Double R's L G. That's Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.
Show the house of Jacob their sins. Israel only. Right.